Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Andrew with Balls of Steel. Also, we're going live on Instagram as well. And basically what we're going to do is we are going to answer any of your viewer questions while I talk about the new SS3. So if you have questions on YouTube or questions on Instagram, you can ask me any question you have, preferably for the SS3, but if you have any general questions, then I'll go over those as well. So our product review that we're doing right now is going to be the SS3. So the SS3 is our new safety squat bar, and it's really cool as in it has 3 handles, so that's why we call it the SS3. It's got 3 different handles, all included with the new SSB bar. The biggest question I'll probably get is, well, what if I have the old SSB bar? Can I still get the handles? So we are going to have some extra handles on deck. I'm not exactly sure how many we are going to have, but I'm not actually sure how many handles we will have extra, but we'll have extra if we do have the SSB. So Mackie Bolt is the Fat Bench 2.0 text the actual 1,000-pound test, or it is a calculated number? We actually have 1,000-pound benchers here that we do test stuff with. Some of the stuff is calculated, but our actual bench is going to be rated at 1,000 pounds. At our testing center, we have 1,000-pound squatters, 1,000-pound benchers, and some 700 and 800-pound pullers. So the stuff that we say is legit as far as weight, that is the weight that is going to be set at. So yeah, we do have people that squat and bench that much. Hello, hi, how are you? So let's get into SS3. Plate trees, those should be coming in November. Don't know why commercial rack be in stock. Our next big restock is mid to late September. If you had stuff that's you already purchased, then I will go over that here in a second. Let's go over the SS3 first. Let's go while we're here. So the SS3, 3 handles. I'll have to do this on my phone, and I don't have a cameraman today, so it's just me. So we have our normal stubby handles that it comes with, like your regular SSB. We have the chain handles, and then the very bottom we have our long handles, or our spider handles is what we call them. So let me go over kind of why we have these 3 different handles. Our power bars in stock, Chris. They were in stock, those actually just sold out. We should have a next shipment mid to late September of power bars. So let's go over the SS3, why we have the different handles, and basically go from there. So the first handle is our chain handle. The reason that we use a chain, the chain is actually more of a complex movement. So if you've gotten really good with the SSB and you feel like you need to take your game to the next level, then you can use the chain handles. Instead of just grabbing onto the pad, which can be really uncomfortable, you can actually use the chains to help get you back up, kind of. It's more of just something to hold on to. You can't really get any actual movement or thrust out of those handles. It's really just something to hold on to. If you don't like holding the pads here, if you're going without the handles, it just gives you something to kind of keep your upper back tight instead of being hunched over to try to grab that pad. It'll keep you tight, but it will not give you an advantage. Hey, did the pre-order lap attachments ship? I will go over shipping here for the last like 3 minutes, so hold off on those questions for me. I'm going to go over all that stuff. Trust me, you'll like the information. So the next one is our regular SSB handle. If you are new or a pro at SSB, it's your standard SSB handle. It's right here. The only issue with this handle is you can kind of cheat it. You've seen guys take really big squats on the regular SSB handles, and you know that you can get in a bad habit of either 1, crunching over real far and riding the bar up, which you're pretty much defeating the purpose of the SSB, or 2, they'll kick back real far, and then you kind of get a mechanical advantage up, so therefore you're also kind of ruining the purpose of the bar. So your standard handle, if you know how to use SSB correctly, standard handle is always the way to go. If you feel like you need a little bit of a challenge, add the chain on our SSB. This is our old Swiss bar. Sorry for I'm not in the beautiful lighting today. All the bars were over here, and I didn't feel like moving 3 bars a day. So here we are. The last one is our spider handle. So I don't know if you can see it. I know you can see it on Instagram Live and on YouTube Live. Let's see if I can get all the way down there for you. So you can see the spider handles. It's an elongated handle. Let me kind of explain why we have that. So the elongated handle is for 2 reasons. One, if you have serious shoulder issues, if you hold the bar up here, you can still engage those shoulders and it can still bug you. We have the last handle down here so that you literally don't have to move that shoulder at all. It just sits out here in front and you can hold the bar as easy as possible. Just hands out in front, bar holds great. Another reason that we have the spider handles, so the long handles, is basically it's kind of like a counterbalance. Sorry, I'm looking at 2 screens, so this is weird. But it acts as a counterbalance. So if I am new to lifting, or I want to do Hatfield squats, it just gives the bar some weight on the front side, so that way when I do the movement, I don't have to fight the bar as much on the way back. When will be in stock? We're going to release that here soon, but they are coming soon. I'm guessing that mid to late September time. But the biggest thing for the spider handles is we have the weight out in front, so that way you don't have to fight the bar the whole time. I use the spider handle for all my rehab, and then I also use it for all of my younger athletes as well. If they really, really struggle with the SSB and G, best place to hold, and it's a little bit of a counterbalance, and I don't have to keep their upper back as tight. So let's do a quick overview one more time. 2 social media series, 2020. So we have the chain handle. That is your more advanced type handle. This does go with all the SSB bars. You got your standard SSB handle that you can see here. And then we have our spider handles. So really long, out in front. We use it as a counterbalance. Another cool thing about our SS3 is, first of all, as you can see, it's hard to point on camera, but as you can see, we test these products pretty hard. This thing's been through a lot already. As you can see, we beat them up pretty good to make sure that you guys have a quality product. We put 1,000 pounds on everything we got. We've got dudes that can squat 700 plus. They go on it and boom, you give it a ride, and we haven't had any issues. So some other cool things. So this is an older model. This is a new model, and this is an older model. And I can tell by the padding. So the older models, the padding is not quite as beefy as our new padding here. So the middle padding, as you can see, it's just a touch beefier. What is the difference between normal power bar and the safety squat bar? A normal power bar is loaded on the back. Thank you, Chucky44. A normal power bar is loaded on your back, and the safety bar is padded, and it moves the weight forward more like a front squat, so it's a more quad dominant type of squat than a closed kinetic chain or rear type of squat. Another thing is, so I can tell the difference on our first SSB bar that we had a manufacturing issue with the bearings, and they did not turn out as great as I planned them to be. But the new ones have the really, really nice, see if I can get out of camera here, the really, really nice rolling bearing. So this is the new one. It has the bearing inside. It does have that really nice bells of steel bearing. And another thing which is tough to see if I can do it here, it's grooved. So we've actually got the grooving right. On the other one, it was flat. It still worked great, but this one actually has grooves on it, as you can hear. And it will help keep that weight on the bar a lot easier. All right, what we'll do for the next, we've been on this for 9 minutes. For the next 2-3 minutes, I'm gonna answer all your questions. It doesn't have to be about our SS3 bar, which is gonna be an awesome bar. It's gonna be a great value. There's not gonna be another SSB on the planet that's gonna be this price with this many handles. And once again, if you have the other SSB, we should have some extra handles for you. So let's do 2 minutes. We're at 10 minutes. Let's go to 12 minutes, and we will just do questions. So go ahead and put questions below. I've already got a couple that I need to answer. So The first one was, when is everything shipping out from that pre-order? This is a perfect time for me to discuss how pre-orders work. And this is a little bit on our fault. Maybe our communication could be a little better on this. We try to make it as simple as possible. What is the difference? What is the distance in the bar before the bend? Checking some of my J-cups. Alex Hitch, I'm not 100% sure, but I know for sure it'll fit a 3x3 and smaller. So if you have a 2x3 rack and smaller, it should fit on the J-cups, no problem. I know those dimensions are online, so if you go on our website, you can actually, there'll be a schematic of the SS3 or the SSB, and it'll have the distance between for your J-cups, because I know on some 3x3 racks, the SSB won't fit. When do you think the bumper plates will be back in stock? Unfortunately, it's going to be November. So Universal Craze, November is going to be our next bumper plates. There was some hiccups in the warehouse as far as when things got made and who they got made for, and unfortunately our stuff got pushed, and we're a little bit far out. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Where's your cowboy hat? Oh man, I need to go get that. Who is that? Is that Ryan Lean? Of course it is. Lean Machine 91. I hope one day I'll be a Lean Machine as well. The cowboy hat is not ready yet. I'm actually getting some horses this weekend, so yeah, I'll be wearing the cowboy hat constantly. The August 31 shipping, can't wait to get my setup. Just a power bar. Just got the power bar at SICK. Chris, thank you so much. I love the Bells of Steel power bar. I've been powerlifting for a long time. I've owned a gym for 10 years. Best bar out there, non-biased. It's a great bar. Okay, back to the pre-order questions. Where's the stuff? Okay, let's go over that. We'll spend more time than I imagined. So here's how it works. So we set a date for the 31st. And what that means is, and maybe we didn't specifically say this close enough, but that means the shipment came in on the 31st. So that container arrived on the 31st. Actually, it arrived sooner. So it actually arrived a little bit sooner, but the problem is it is over 1,000 orders. So getting the containers unloaded, labeled, put into inventory, and then relabeled again for shipping takes some time. Sorry, I lost you on there. So 1,000 orders came in. It takes some time, unfortunately, to process all that stuff. So the biggest thing is, so we process all the orders, 700, 800 orders. It all gets labeled and all gets ready for UPS or whatever carrier is going to take it. And unfortunately, they only come X amount of times per day. So we'll just load up a whole container of UPS stuff, and that's it for the day. So if they can only take 300 orders or 200 orders for the day, then that's kind of where we're stuck at. Unfortunately, it takes about a week to a week and a half to not only unload everything, but to actually get everything labeled and shipped out. So once UPS does have it, well, now they have 400 orders of things. They send it to the first location, and then it sits for them to process that stuff and actually figure out the logistics on where it's going. At least it's not in China anymore. Thank you. Yeah, it's in Indy. I was at the warehouse today. Fortunately, I'm able to go to the warehouse consistently because of COVID. Our warehouse actually shut down on having visitors, and we had to really limit the number of people in it. So I'm able to go there and get stuff. But yes, Canadian stuff too. Canada's even harder. So let's go over Canada. So in Canada, we ship our own stuff. So when they say, hey, it's at the warehouse, that means the people that work there literally can see the box and say, hey, it's right there. So in Indy, we use another company to help ship for us. It's really, really quick. But literally there's two guys in Canada that will process your order and ship it daily. Like, they not only answer calls, they not only answer emails, but they also ship all of your materials. I am absolutely blessed in the United States that I answer calls, I answer emails, I do videos. I don't have to actually process the orders. We have a full team that does that here. So it's a little bit quicker as far as the processing of orders here. But I will tell you this, the Canada boys, they get it done. I mean, they get all their orders processed and done in a very short period of time for how, few of people there are. And the other thing is, because of COVID, they had to do like split shifts and stuff. So it's not like all hands on deck like it is here in the US, Canada. There's some different rules on how that works. So there's split shifts in the warehouse, so those guys have to work even longer hours to get your stuff out. So let's make a really long answer short. Everything is in that you pre-ordered. It should have shipped out this week. If it hasn't shipped out this week, it will ship out early next week. I think I'm up to 60 to 70 emails a day, which is okay. Ask away. Ask all your questions. Ask all the questions. I love answering them. Sometimes if you call me, I've answered the same question a few times, but I try my very best. The other thing is, I'm on the sales line, support is line 2, but it doesn't matter. I'll still answer your questions as best I can. Any wall-mounted pulley towers planned for the future? D-LAS. Yes, those are planned for the future. I'm actually working on some prototypes right here. So you can't see it on YouTube, but I'm pointing my phone down. We've got some boxes of prototypes for some live attachment. So once again, let's get back to the shipping, because that's going to be everybody's question. If you did not receive it this week, it should have shipped out this week. If it didn't ship out this week, it'll ship out early next week. Also, if you ordered a belt squat, it will be in 2 boxes. Box 1 will receive first. Box 2 will get split by the carrier, not our choice, but it gets split by the carrier, and the carrier separates the 2. They are heavy, so for us to not split the orders would be pretty much impossible. You're asking a UPS driver to carry 300 pounds in one order is kind of unrealistic for them. So unfortunately, they split it, and that's kind of up to them. They will split it. You'll get box 1, and then you'll email me 3 times. And then by email 4, your box 2 will already be there because it's been a couple days. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. That's just kind of how things work. What's my favorite exercise? Man, Mackie bolt. Anything to keep leaning me out. I know I don't look the leanest, but man, I've been trying and we've been getting there. My favorite exercise, to be honest, I played all sorts of sports growing up. I played hockey at a collegiate level, and I enjoy working out, but I do it just to get it done. I go through the workout, I push myself really hard. I don't particularly enjoy anything. I want to just try to basically die every day. I want to push it as hard as I can, lift as much as I can. If I had to pick one, I'm a decent deadlifter, so we'll go with that. Any plans on a shorter yoke stand? Not at this time, but once again, there are some boxes over here that we're testing stuff. Both made to Instagrambo, being dealt with up here. Yes. So everything made to Canada and US. So as you can see in the questions, everything made to Canada and US. When will the SSB be on available for pre-order? I want to say the pre-order is late September, but once again, if you follow the newsletter will let you know when everything is available for pre-order. I'm going to finish these. What's your origin or story? I'm a simple dude from Indianapolis, Indiana. Grew up lifting, grew up playing hockey. My origin, I have no idea. My grandparents aren't around, so I can't really tell you where I'm from. Plates will be back in stock, so 2 things. The bumper plates will be back in stock in November. The steel plates, big surprises coming soon on the steel plates. I'll let the newsletter tell you on the steel plate, but they're coming soon. Right on, gracias. How's a wood spike holding up over time? Sweet. Lavender, sweet, lavender, I don't know. I've had both bikes for over a year, and I've definitely had to do some routine maintenance on the old one. The new one I haven't had any issues with, but at the same time, I do all of the, basically the diagnosis of anything that goes wrong. So I've had to take my bikes apart several times. I'm actually on calls today because there was a malfunction with the screen on the new Blitz bike, and I'm literally calling customers telling them, hey, let's figure this out. and we just talk throughout the day, some videos back and forth, and we try our best to get this thing resolved within a day. Blitz bikes are holding up great for me, but I don't own a CrossFit gym or a powerlifting gym, so a lot of times you can knock the dust off them before you use them. Have they started shipping? If you look up and or you scroll up in this conversation, yes. Everything has been labeled and ready to ship. We're just waiting on the carriers to come get them. Will steel plates and power bars be on pre-order? Yes, both will be on pre-orders. The bars, mid to late September. Follow the newsletter. Those bars will go quick, unfortunately. Fortunately, I guess. And steel plates, keep watching. We've got big news coming for steel plates that I don't have enough information to tell you on because I don't want to be a liar, because I just don't know the correct answer, but I know it's all coming soon. We're going to wrap it up there. That's 22 minutes, probably our longest live, but I love all the questions. We'll do another one probably every week. Once again, this is the emails. Unfortunately, talking my email, we're at like 70 to 80 emails. So I'm trying my very best to knock those out, get all your answers, and then go to social media. So if you want quicker responses, email me, support@ballsofsteel.us. I know when I say support, you're like, oh man, that just goes to anybody. False. They all go to me. So if you didn't like my answer, one, I would love to hear what you have to say. If you didn't like my answer, it's okay. Email me again. My fault. Try to go through it together. I will always be here in the U.S., so you're going to be stuck with me, but I will try my best to always be as patient and corrective as I can with all your problems. I'm sure, but if I don't, hit me up, give me a call. Call me too. It's going to be me every time. I'm the only person in the U.S. at this time. Me and my wife, actually, my wife just joined the company. Super happy about that. But if you call, it's going to be me. So thank you guys. Appreciate it, and we'll probably chat it next week.